to game number 2. The biggest of them is that it's going to be a change of venue. No longer India's favorite Australian capital, Canberra. Get onto a bus down the road into the capital of New South Wales, Sydney, all within the bubble that they are in, which is why Canberra and Sydney chosen. Because for those of you not aware of the geography of Australia, ACT, or the Australian Capital Territory, falls right in the middle of New South Wales. So that's why the proximity. Sydney, gentlemen, do you see a change of mindset, at least from Team Australia, saying this is familiar territory for us to make it 2-1?
I think they'll be happier in Sydney. It's just obviously that it looks like Aaron Finch will miss. They've not got David Warner, so that powerful combination, which has been pretty much their positive over the last year or so in T20 cricket. Darcy Short will have a new partner. Darcy didn't really get going tonight, so he may prefer the Sydney wicket. He might come onto the bat that little bit better. Probably Matthew Wade will go to the top of the order, and they have to find someone else in the middle. They're missing Stoinis as well, so I'll be interested to see which Team Australia pick. But it's that middle of the innings which whoever they pick, they'll try and make sure that they talk. I'm sure they've spoken long and hard in team meetings about being more active in that middle. Activate every ball, run between the wickets hard. I just think they need to find a play or two in that middle in T20 cricket that can play against spin, can play against all the slow balls, because they look fine when they're pacer. Look at Shami tonight. They hit Shami for over 40 bowling quickly. All the other bowlers, Chahar, Natarajan, who are skillful and just change the pace, and then obviously the spinners. That's where the Australian players struggle. So that is the area that the Aussies have to work on, playing against those kind of skillful bowlers rather than just cracking the quick bowlers everywhere.
Case for Cameron Green, maybe? Did he do enough, Zahid, to push his way into this T20 side, especially given that he has contributes in both departments?
Well, they can. I think they certainly need more power. That's one thing which is evident from today's game as well. Maybe Andrew Tye is someone, considering the variations, that might be a place which is up for grabs of Sean Abbott. That's the only change I'm sensing. Andrix was terrific with the ball and the bat today, so they'll continue with that. Apart from that, I don't see any changes going forward in the second game.
Yep, fair enough. I wonder if they'll reevaluate that second leg spinner. Yes, of course, he picked up a wicket in his second T20 international, did Mitchell Swepson, but and a big wicket of Virat Kohli. But Michael, does that keep you in the team yet again for Sydney?
Yeah, it goes a long way. I just think Ashton Agar's a good all-round player that Australia need back in the team. He bowled brilliantly in the third ODI, and he also bats. He's a skillful batter. He is a batter that could be used, as I've just mentioned, knocking it around, hitting the boundaries at the right time. He can access both sides of the wicket. I think his batting can be quite an important part of the T20 system in the Australian unit. His left-arm spin's obviously very good as well. They've just got to, whoever they pick, someone. It's a great opportunity for a couple of their players to really make that middle of the innings their own, because if they can find a couple, they're going to be in the team. It's as simple as that, because those that have been used so far, they've just not been able to kind of grab that position in the side and make it their own. So there's places up for grabs in the Australian unit.
Certainly. What about Team India? Had a winning combination here. Yuzvendra Chahal, we've already concluded, walks into that 11 for the second T20 international. You can see there, we're not sure of the extent of the injury for Jadeja, the original injury, the hamstring injury. So that might just keep him out. So Chahal does walk into the side. Everyone else pretty much picked themselves for you?
Absolutely. I think the big discussion point will be Ravindra Jadeja, because you're not, if he's not playing, you're not only losing a bowler, but also power at the back end, so that is something which they'll have to think hard. What is the right way of going forward? If you bring in Chahal, that means you are that lower order is getting even longer. So that is something which they will be little apprehensive about, or will need more clarity around that. But on the whole, I feel the way things have gone in the last couple of games, Indian team has definitely got a sniff, and that is the worrying factor for Australia. So suddenly now, I would say that Australian team is more under pressure going forward, because this format, somehow they're not looking like a complete unit to win games of cricket consistently. On the other hand, when you look at the Indian team, They have won their 8th game in succession. So that is something which is going to boost their morale and confidence to another level. There is still a lot of fine-tuning to be done with regard to application in the middle. Once you have the control of the game, that 10 to 15 overs phase of the game, they need to figure things out. Maybe have that situational awareness a bit more. But on the whole, I think these kind of things will come good going forward with the kind of momentum they have. Australia can have a tough time in the series for sure.